Hello everyone, welcome to the online platform of Abhinav Science Academy. Today we have to discuss about the very interesting chapter, very interesting topic of the biology, that is breathing and exchange of gases. This is the name of the topic, or you can say human respiratory system. So let's start नए जोश के साथ. First we have to discuss about the two very similar words which are commonly used, and that words are breathing and respiration. We have to think about these two words firstly. So there are two words. First word is the breathing and another word is the respiration. These are the two words. Actually these two words are synonymously used, similarly used. अगर आपको कोई पूछता है ब्रीथिंग तो आप बोलोगे इनहेलेशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, एक्सहेलेशन ऑफ CO2, और आपको रेस्पिरेशन भी अगर पूछे तो आप वहां भी बोलोगे इनहेलेशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एंड एक्सहेलेशन ऑफ CO2. तो इतने एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ जो है हम ये गलत बोलते हैं, तो इसके तरफ पहले फोकस करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. तो देयर इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ब्रीथिंग एंड रेस्पिरेशन. ब्रीथिंग इज exchange of gases, definitely it is exchange of gases, but respiration, it is the process in which breathing is involved. So in case of respiration, breathing is involved. Breathing is the step of respiration. So breathing meaning exchange of gases, exchange of gases meaning inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of CO2. This is the general meaning of breathing. But in case of respiration, of course breathing is involved, but another process that is involved here, that is breathing plus oxidation of food. The another name for the oxidation, that is breakdown. So in case of respiration, along with breathing, oxidation of food, breakdown of food takes place. So this is the difference between breathing and respiration. So let me clear very important thing. तो आज के बाद आपको अगर आपको कोई पूछता है ब्रीथिंग तो आप बोलोगे इनहेलेशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, एक्सहेलेशन ऑफ CO2. ये सही है, बट अगर आपको कोई रेस्पिरेशन पूछता है तो वहां पे भी यही नहीं बोल देना है इनहेलेशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एंड एक्सहेलेशन ऑफ CO2. इतना कॉन्फिडेंटली हमको गलत नहीं बोलना है. इन केस ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन, ब्रीथिंग प्लस ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फूड, ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ फूड इज इन्वॉल्व्ड. So this is the basic difference between breathing and respiration, which is very important, you should know. Now in case of respiration, oxidation of food takes place, and for breakdown there is one word or one term is used, that is called as catabolism. It is the breakdown reaction. Actually it is breakdown reaction in which oxidation of food takes place, and the reaction of this respiration is C6H12O6. This is the glucose, and in the presence of oxygen, 6 molecules of oxygen, in the presence of oxygen, this oxidation of food, breakdown of food takes place to form 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy is released. Plus here energy is released. So this is the reaction of respiration here. Glucose C6H12O6 in the presence of 6 molecules of oxygen, it gives rise to 6CO2 plus 6H2O and energy is released. This is the reaction, and this is the catabolism. The opposite of this catabolism is another process, that is anabolism. and anabolism, it is the synthesis reaction. It is the opposite of catabolism. It is synthesis reaction actually. Now can you tell the example of this anabolism or synthesis reaction? Of course you can tell this, and that is nothing but the photosynthesis. So anabolism, synthesis reaction, the example is photosynthesis. So this is the very general introduction of these two processes, and basically we have to completely discuss the human respiratory system here. Now let's start with the evolution of the respiratory system. देखो देखो बेटा, यहाँ इवोल्यूशन एक ऐसी चीज है, अब रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम जो है वो कोई एकदम से एक दिन में यहां पर डेवलप हुआ नहीं है. अगर हम यहां पर बात करें रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम की, तो अगर हम एनिमल किंगडम की बात करें तो कोई एकदम से यहां पर मैमल्स नहीं आए हैं. अगर हम बात करें तो सबसे पहले पोरीफेरा से कहानी चालू होती है. आपने एनिमल किंगडम डेफिनेटली पढ़ा होगा, तो कहानी पोरीफेरा से चालू होती है. ये पहला फाइलम है जहां लोअर एनिमल्स आते हैं, और ऑफ कोर्स वो लोअर एनिमल्स हैं तो इतने एडवांस नहीं रहेंगे. और जो सबसे एडवांस अगर कोई है तो है क्लास मैमेलिया, वो सबसे एडवांस ऑर्गेनिज्म है. तो अगर हम सोचे रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम के बारे में, तो एक दिन में एकदम से कोई रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम का इवोल्यूशन नहीं हुआ है. ऑफ कोर्स जो लोअर से शुरुआत वाले फाइलम से पोरीफेरा, सिलेंटराटोर, निडेरिया, टेनोफोरा, प्लेटीहेल्मिन्थेस, एस्केल्मिन्थेस, ये जो शुरुआत वाले फाइलम्स है जहां मेनली लोअर एनिमल्स आते हैं, उनमें कोई इतना रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स इतने डेवलप नहीं थे. अब हमको मालूम है इन केस ऑफ अस, इन केस ऑफ मैमल्स, लंग्स आर द मेन प्रिंसिपल रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स. बट एकदम से लोअर एनिमल्स में कोई लंग्स आया नहीं है. लंग्स आने के लिए डेफिनेटली लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन लगा, एंड इट इज द जर्नी, इट इज द इवोल्यूशन डेफिनेटली. तो यहां पर अभी हम एक सर्वे करने वाले हैं कि किस तरीके से रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स का डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, किस तरीके से लोअर एनिमल से हायर एनिमल्स में किस तरीके से रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन का इवोल्यूशन हुआ है, साथ में कौन कौन से विच आर द डिफरेंट रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स आर इन्वॉल्व इन दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स, वो भी हमको यहां पर डिस्कस करना है. एंड वी हैव टू डिस्कस दिस विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ चार्ट, जहां पर हम ऑर्गेनिज्म, उसका हैबिटेट, अब हैबिटेट के हिसाब से यहां पर रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन चेंज होंगे. अगर वो ऑर्गेनिज्म एक्वेटिक है, अगर वो पानी के अंदर रहता है तो उसका रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन अलग रहेगा, और अगर कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है वो टेरेस्ट्रियल होगा तो उसका रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन अलग होगा. तो हमको यहां पर अभी एक चार्ट देखना है कि किस तरीके से हैबिटेट, लोकेशन के हिसाब से उनके रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स चेंज होते हैं. सो नाउ लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट द रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स एंड इवोल्यूशन ऑफ रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम्स in the different animals from lower animals to higher animals. So here there is the chart, here is there, this comes under the heading, this comes under the heading that is respiratory organs. This is one of the heading, respiratory organs. This is the heading. Now here in this chart organisms are here, then their habitat is there, and here are the respiratory surface or organs. So let's discuss about this chart. Since from lower animals, in case of first, that is here, if we want to discuss, that is protist, sponges and coelenterate. Protista, then sponges which belongs to phylum Porifera, and coelenterata or Cnidaria, they are generally aquatic habitat, and respiratory surface or organ is plasma membrane. Actually plasma membrane, another name of plasma membrane, you can say it is the cell membrane. So in this case the respiratory organ is plasma membrane or cell membrane, and here there is no specialized organ is present here, and in case of this respiration takes place by the simple process that is called as diffusion. I think definitely you know diffusion. It is the movement of molecules from high concentration to low concentration. So diffusion is movement of gases, from high concentration to low concentration. This is the definition of diffusion. And by this simplest process, there is the respiration takes place in lower animals. Then after that, flatworms, which we know very well, which belongs to the phylum Platyhelminthes. In that, mainly planaria are involved, which has the highest capacity of regeneration. Annelids, earthworm, best example, earthworm, nereis, leech, and amphibians like frog. In this case, their habitat is aquatic or semi-aquatic. As in case of amphibians, they are terrestrial as well as aquatic. So here the again respiratory organ is plasma membrane. Here plasma membrane is the respiratory organ. Then general body surface, moist skin is also acts as the respiratory organ. So in case of specifically in case of amphibians, frogs, skin acts as the respiratory organ, moist skin, and in case of earthworm also. So there are two organisms are here in which respiratory organ is skin. So if we think about earthworm, and frog, here the respiratory organ here is skin, and if respiratory organ is skin, then that respiration is called as cutaneous respiration. If respiration is done by skin, then it is called as cutaneous respiration. So in case of earthworm and frog, skin acts as the respiratory organ. But in frog, only skin is not the respiratory organ. Other organs are also there. In larval stage, in case of frog, in larval stage, if we think, gills acts as the respiratory organ. Actually, the larvae of frogs, they are called as tadpole larvae. And in this tadpole larvae, which are the larvae of frogs, this we think about the frogs. Here. So in case of frogs, in larval stage, gills acts as the respiratory organ. And again, skin is also the respiratory organ, and skin is the respiratory organ when frogs are aquatic. When frogs are aquatic, then that time skin acts as the respiratory organ. And again in frogs, in case of frogs, other organs are bucopharynx, or you can say buccal cavity. These are the other organs, respiratory organs. And again, after that buccal cavity, another respiratory organ is there, that is lungs. That is nothing but the lungs. So these are the different respiratory organs in frogs. So in frogs, whenever they are aquatic, skin acts as the respiratory organ, called as the cutaneous respiration. Whenever they are in larval stage, gills acts as the respiratory organ, called as mainly, and the larvae of the frogs called as tadpole larvae. And buccal cavity or lungs, they also act as the respiratory organ whenever they are terrestrial. So these are the different respiratory organ according to their habitat. These are the different organs. Now let's move towards the chart again, that we have to think. Now let's move further. Now in case of insects, mainly the respiratory organ here is, that is, insects are habitat terrestrial, and in case of insects, the respiratory organ is tracheal tubes and spiracles. These are the main respiratory organs of the insects which belong to the phylum Arthropoda mainly. So tracheal tubes and spiracles. Spiracles are nothing but the pores. These are nothing but the pores through which exchange of gases takes place. So in this way, as we move further, the evolution of respiratory organ is also there. Initially only plasma membrane is there, but later as the evolution is going on, specific respiratory organ are evolving. This is the evolution of respiratory organ. Now, Arachnids like spiders and scorpions, generally they are terrestrial, and in that respiratory organ is book lungs. Now, what do you mean by this book lungs? Actually, they are called as book lungs because just like the pages of the books, here lungs are present in the form of layers, just like the pages of the book. जैसे बुक में पेजेस एक के ऊपर एक पेजेस होते हैं, वैसे ही ये जो लंग्स है ये लेयर्स में प्रेजेंट होंगे, और इसीलिए यहां पर जो रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन होगा वो बुक लंग्स होगा, और इसलिए उसको बुक लंग्स बोला जाएगा. देन लाइमुलस which belongs to the phylum Arthropoda, again it is aquatic, and in this case the aquatic organ is book gills. Again here the respiratory organ is gills, but the front word is book. Why that word? That I told now here. Now amphibian, as I told, tadpoles of frog, here I told here, बरोबर, and salamanders and newts. This is the example of salamander actually. This is the example of salamander. Newts. This is example of salamander. This is aquatic, and in case gills are the main respiratory organs, external gills. Then in case of fish which belongs to the class Pisces, they are aquatic, and in that respiratory surface or organ is internal gills. Mainly the internal gills is a respiratory organ. In case of reptiles, birds and mammals, they are terrestrial, and here the respiratory surface or organ is lungs. Lungs acts as the respiratory organ. So finally here the lungs come. Directly बच्चों नहीं, डेफिनेटली नहीं आया, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन से शुरुआत हुई है, फिर स्किन पर आए हम, फिर धीरे धीरे book lungs, book gills, tracheal tubes, spiracles. These are the variety of respiratory structures are there, and definitely due to that there in this way there is the evolution of respiratory system takes place. So now here lungs are there, and in case of turtles they live under water, and here the respiratory organ or respiratory surface is cloaca. These are the respiratory organ, cloaca. These are the openings. These cloaca are nothing but the openings. So in this way these are the different respiratory organs, and in this way there is the evolution of respiratory system takes place. Hope so you got this point very well. Now we have to introduce some words just like cutaneous respiration. Another some words are there that we have to discuss. We have to discuss here that if respiration takes place by skin, then it is called as cutaneous respiration. In the similar manner, if respiration is done by lungs, then the terminology here is called as pulmonary respiration. It is called as pulmonary respiration. This is the specific term if respiration is done by lungs, pulmonary respiration. And if respiration is done by gills, if gills acts as the respiratory organ, then it is called as bronchial respiration. So these are very important terminologies, and we have to remember this. And as I told, if respiration, you can note it down, very important for the examination, and by skin it is called as cutaneous respiration. These are the different respiratory organs actually. If respiration by lungs, called as pulmonary respiration. If respiration is done by gills, then it is called as bronchial respiration. And if respiration is done by skin, then it is called as cutaneous respiration. So these are the different respiratory organs. Now we have to move towards we have to discuss about the human respiratory system. तो दोस्तों बात ऐसी है कि भाई हम सबके पास रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम है, हम डेफिनेटली सब सांस लेते हैं, इसमें किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए डेफिनेटली. तो हमारे पास डेफिनेटली लंग्स होते हैं, रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम होता है, लेकिन हम सोचते नहीं है कि भाई कैसे एयर अंदर आती होगी, फिर उसके साथ क्या क्या होता होगा और किस तरीके से एक्चुअल प्रोसेस होती होगी. तो दोस्तों हमको घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर ऐसे बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, और बिल्कुल उसके बारे में सोचना है कि भाई अगर हम एयर अंदर ले रहे हैं, एयर का अगर इनहेलेशन हो रहा है तो वो एयर कहां कहां जा रही है और क्या क्या प्रोसेसेस हो रहे हैं उसके साथ साथ, और कैसे वो ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फूड कर रहा है, कैसे एक्चुअली ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फूड होता है, और कैसे उससे CO2 बनकर कैसे वो एक्सेल होता है एंड ऑल, ये सभी चीजें हमको यहां पर डिस्कस करना है। तो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम with the help of a very good diagram here. Let's start. Now here the diagram is human respiratory system. This is the name of this diagram. So this is the human respiratory system is there. So this is the diagram. तो हम स्टेप वाइज एक एक ऑर्गन के बारे में पढ़ते जाएंगे दोस्तों, तो बहुत ही ध्यान से इसको ध्यान लगाते हुए आपको सुनना है, समझते जाना है वन बाय वन, और बहुत ही आराम से ठंडे दिमाग से सुनते हुए जाना है। सो द ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, इट स्टार्ट्स विद द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, दैट इज नोज. इट स्टार्ट्स विद द नोज. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. इन केस ऑफ ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, फर्स्ट पार्ट इज द नोज. Nose, the naak, nose. Then after that there is the cavity is there, that is called as nasal cavity. Nasal cavity is there. Cavity is nothing but the space. Nasal cavity is there, space, or you can say nasal passage. Nasal passage is there. So this is the nose definitely, and और इसको सही सलामत रखना है, कटने नहीं देना है डेफिनेटली. तो नोज जो है यहां पर, और उसके अंदर जो होल्स रहेंगे, these are nothing but the nasal cavity or space or passage. The terminology which is used, that is nostrils. That is nothing but the nostrils, and they are present externally, hence they are called as external nostrils. So first part is nose, after that nasal cavity or space. The meaning of cavity is space or passage. After that, then, so here nostrils are written here. These are the nostrils. Then this is the nasal passage or nasal cavity, as I am telling now. So here nose is there, after that nostrils, and here there is the nasal passage or nasal cavity. Then after that, the next part here, that is nasal chamber. Another part is, that is nasal chamber. Then after that nasal chamber, there is the another structure is that is called as pharynx. Here there is written, that is pharynx. Pharynx is there. Then after that pharynx, there is the another structure, that is larynx, जिससे मैं अभी बक रहा हूं. डेफिनेटली larynx, it is the voice box or sound box. It is the sound producing organ. अगर ये नहीं होता तो हम अपना जीवन इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते, बिना बोले डेफिनेटली कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है. pharynx, larynx. Then after that trachea is there. After that there is trachea. So this is the sequence, and this can be appear in the diagram also. Step wise I am telling this according to the diagram. So starting with nose, after that note nasal cavity. This is the nose. Then nasal cavity or space or passage, nostrils are there, and they enter, this air enters inside the cavity, that is called as nasal passage or nasal cavity. Then after that nasal chamber is there. Then pharynx is there, pharynx. Then after that there larynx is there, voice box, sound box, and then after that trachea is there, windpipe. Trachea is nothing but the windpipe. Another pipe is there, that is food pipe, which is not the part of the here respiratory system. Food pipe is also there, which is the part of the digestive system, and the another name of food pipe is esophagus. This is the another name, but this is the part of the digestive system. Here trachea is involved, that is windpipe. Now another terminology is that mouth cavity or buccal cavity is there. Actually inside the mouth, the meaning of cavity is there, space. So inside the mouth there is cavity or space is present, called as mouth cavity or buccal cavity. Another name for that is oral cavity. Oral cavity is also there. This is another name. Now, so up to यहां तक अभी हम ट्रकिया तक पहुंचे हैं. अब उसके आगे हम इसी ऐसे ही फ्लोचार्ट के साथ हम पढ़ते जाएंगे. तो अगर हम बात करें जूलॉजी की और अगर हमको ऑर्गन सिस्टम पढ़ना है दोस्तों, तो इस तरीके का फ्लोचार्ट अगर आप बनाते हो तो वो सिस्टम समझना बहुत आसान हो जाता है. और साथ में डायग्राम के साथ साइमल्टेनियसली अगर हम ये समझते हैं तो ये बेहतरीन समझ में आता है. तो अभी हम विंड पाइप ट्रकिया तक पहुंचे हैं. अब आगे हम उसको लेके जाएंगे कि किस तरीके से रहेगा. होप सो इतना सबको समझा है. नाउ अब ट्रकिया के बाद अगर हम आगे कहानी को बढ़ाएं तो ये जो ट्रकिया है ये आगे चल के यही जो ट्रकिया है यहां पर, ये ट्रकिया यहां पर डिवाइड होगा. तो इस तरीके से यहां पर ट्रकिया है. दिस इज द ट्रकिया विंड पाइप हियर. और यही ट्रकिया जो विंड पाइप यहां पर जो आपको दिख रहा है यहां पर, यही ट्रकिया का डिवीजन हो रहा है और यही ट्रकिया डिवाइड हो रहा है लेफ्ट एंड राइट ब्रोंकाई में. तो ये जो ट्रकिया है इसी का इस तरीके से डिवीजन यहां पर हो रहा है. ये यहां पर ट्रकिया हो गया. दिस इज द ट्रकिया विंड पाइप और इसी का डिवीजन यहां पर हो रहा है, आपको दिख रहा है. और उसी को हम यहां पर बोल रहे हैं ब्रोंकस. एक्चुअली ब्रोंकस इज द सिंगुलर वर्ड एंड ब्रोंकाई इट इज प्लूरल. तो ये दोस्तों ट्रकिया हो गया और उसी का डिवीजन यहां पर दिख रहा है. दिस इज द लेफ्ट bronchi and this is the right bronchi. Left and right bronchi, these are the specific terms here, and these are the primary bronchi. Actually these are the primary bronchi. So here there is the division primary bronchi and another these bronchi are divided. So this bronchi is the plural word. Actually it is plural, and another singular word for that is bronchus. Bronchus is the singular word. It is mainly singular word, and here written is there, that is bronchus. Some points are there about which we will discuss here. So here left, either here right side is there. Actually the representation is here right side is denoted and here left side is denoted. So here this is the right bronchus and after that there is the left bronchus is there. So this is the thing that we are getting here. So now let's move further with the trachea, branches of trachea here that we have to discuss. So now trachea is divided into bronchus, left and right bronchus is there. Here there is the right bronchus is there. Now trachea, it is divided into bronchi and these are nothing but the primary bronchi. These are primary bronchi. Then there are further branches of this bronchi are there. These primary bronchi are divided into secondary bronchi and secondary bronchi is divided into tertiary bronchi. So in this way there is the division of bronchi is there. There is the division of bronchi. Trachea is divided into primary bronchi. So here bronchus is there and this bronchus is again divided. Here there is the division is there. So this bronchus here, they are divided further. And these bronchi, they are divided, primary bronchi is converted into secondary bronchi. Just like the branches of tree, they are branching here. Trachea, primary bronchi, then after that secondary bronchi, and after that tertiary bronchi is there. Another there is the division of bronchi is there, that is called as bronchioles. There is the division that is called as bronchioles. Now here bronchioles is there. This is the bronchioles, and bronchioles again there are two types of bronchioles. So here at the end here, these are the bronchioles. So this is the bronchus, this is the bronchus, and these are the bronchioles. These are bronchioles here, and bronchioles again they are of two types. That is initial bronchioles is there, and after that terminal bronchioles is there. Terminal bronchioles are there here. So in this way there is the division: trachea, primary bronchi के बाद secondary bronchi, then tertiary bronchi, then initial bronchioles, and then terminal bronchioles. So here you can see at the end, here in this case at the end, this end, this is nothing but the terminal bronchiole. It is terminal bronchiole. Terminal, the meaning of terminal is end, and initially it is the शुरुआत, ये शुरुआत रहेगी. तो इस तरीके से यहां पर ये मामला रहेगा मेनली. नाउ एट द टर्मिनल ब्रोंक्यूल्स, अगर हम बात करें टर्मिनल ब्रोंक्यूल्स की, तो इन टर्मिनल ब्रोंक्यूल्स में एट द टर्मिनल ब्रोंक्यूल्स, at the terminal bronchioles, here the specific structures are appearing here, that is called as alveoli or air sacs at the terminal bronchioles. Here it is the end. Here you can see here, we can represent it by, these are the, at terminally they are present, and these are nothing but the alveoli or air sacs. So they are present at the terminal bronchioles. So at the end of terminal bronchioles, thin and irregular shaped, generally they are irregular shaped, their shape is not proper, it is irregular shaped. So there is thin, irregular shaped, vascularized bags are there, vascularized bag is there. Vascularize, the meaning of vascularize is having network of blood vessels. The meaning of vascularize here is that having network of blood vessels. There is the network of blood vessels, hence the word is called as vascularize. And at the terminal bronchioles they are present, at the end of bronchioles are there present, and there is the network of blood vessels, vascularized bag, and it is called as alveoli. Alveoli, or you can say air sacs. These are the main air sacs. तो इस तरीके से यहां पर यहां टर्मिनोलॉजी रहेगी. नाउ अगर हम बात करें तो यहां पर दो लंग्स रहेंगे. दिस इज द राइट लंग एंड दिस इज द लेफ्ट लंग. ये यहां पर लेफ्ट लंग रहने वाला है, लेफ्ट लंग इस तरीके से. तो अब लंग्स के भी बारे में बात करेंगे, और यहां पर कोई कैविटी दिख रही है, स्पेस दिख रहा है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज चेस्ट कैविटी और थोरेसिक कैविटी मेनली. एंड हियर one muscle is there, sheet of muscle, diaphragm, and it is generally curved. This diaphragm is curved, called as dome shaped. It is dome shaped actually. Then, so this is the description of this particular respiratory system, human respiratory system. Again in that, pharynx is the common passage for food and air. The structure pharynx is the common passage. It is the common passage for food and air. It is the common passage for food and air, meaning that this pharynx ये एक ऐसा रास्ता है जिससे फूड भी जाता है और जिससे एयर भी डेफिनेटली जा सकते हैं. तो ये एक ऐसा रास्ता यहां पर. ना अगर हम आगे बात करें तो यहां और एक बात जिसके बारे में मैंने बात नहीं की डायग्राम में, तो ये एक बात आपको ऐड कर लेनी है कि ये बात यहां पर रहेगी। अगर हम डायग्राम में देखें तो ये जो ट्रकिया है, ये जो ट्रकिया है, यहां पर रिंग्स ऑफ कार्टिलेजेस आपको दिख रहे हैं। These are the rings of cartilages are here. These are the rings of cartilage. This is the rings of cartilage. So this trachea, it is surrounded by the rings of cartilage. Now what do you mean by this cartilage and why they are present? Actually trachea, if we think about trachea, this trachea are surrounded by rings of cartilage, and this cartilage are, these are incomplete rings of cartilage. They are not complete. They are incomplete rings of cartilage. And cartilage is the thin flexible elastic tissue, thin flexible elastic tissue which provide elasticity. The main function of this cartilage, it provides elasticity. The main function is that it provides elasticity. That is the main function of these cartilages. And these are incomplete rings of cartilages, and they protect the trachea so that they should not collapse. Actually अगर ये rings of cartilage नहीं होते तो trachea collapse हो जाता। तो ये जो यहां पर incomplete rings of cartilage, incomplete मतलब उनका जो शेप है वो ऐसा C shaped होगा। अगर हम बात करें ऐसा विंड पाइप ट्रकिया है तो उसको वो जो सराउंड कर रहे हैं, ये जो आपको दिख रहा है बेटा यहां पर, ये सी शेप्ड है। इट इज सी शेप्ड स्ट्रक्चर। सी इज द इंग्लिश अल्फाबेट, सी शेप्ड। एंड दीज आर इनकम्प्लीट, दे आर ओनली सराउंडेड वेंट्रली। ये सिर्फ सामने से है, पीछे से सराउंडेड नहीं है, इसलिए इनको इनकम्प्लीट बोला जाएगा। और इनका काम है कि ये प्रिवेंट करेंगे, प्रिवेंट द कोलैप्स ऑफ, they prevent the collapse of trachea. ये ट्रकिया को कोलैप्स होने से बचाते हैं mainly. That is the main function. That is the main function here. Now, अब यहां पर तो हमने सभी चीजें यहां पर डायग्राम में देख ली है। अब हमको मेन लंग्स के बारे में बात करनी है। तो लंग्स के दो हिस्से रहेंगे, एक रहेगा राइट लंग, एक राइट लंग रहने वाला है, और दूसरा जो है वो लेफ्ट लंग रहेगा। नाउ दिस लंग्स, राइट लंग एंड लेफ्ट लंग, these lungs are protected by, these lungs are protected by double layered membrane. They are surrounded by double layered membrane. And that double layered membrane, it is called as pleural membrane. It is called as pleural membrane here. And it is double layered. Actually pleural membrane के दो लेयर रहेंगे, एक आउटर लेयर रहेगा और दूसरा जो है एक इनर लेयर होगा। एक आउटर लेयर होगा और एक इनर लेयर होगा। जो आउटर लेयर होगा इसको हम बोलेंगे पैराइटल लेयर। इट इज कॉल्ड एज पैराइटल लेयर। और जो इनर लेयर है इसको हम यहां पर बोलेंगे, तो आप देख रहे होंगे ये जो लंग्स है, लंग्स जो यहां पर सराउंडेड आपको नजर आ रही है, तो लंग्स जो यहां पर सराउंडेड दिख रही है तो वो लेयर से सराउंडेड है। आउटर लेयर पैराइटल लेयर and inner layer is the visceral layer. It is the visceral layer is there. Now here two layers are there. hence the word is pleura. The word is that pleura. Pleura, it is the plural of pleural membrane, and this pleural membrane, it is filled with pleural fluid. ये filled होगा pleural fluid से, ये प्लूरल फील्ड से फील्ड होगा, और ये जो फ्रिक्शन होगा लंग्स का, भाई लंग्स कंटिन्यूअसली काम कर रहा है, सिंस फ्रॉम बर्थ से लेकर डेथ तक काम कर रहा है, कंटिन्यूअसली काम कर रहा है, तो उसमें डेफिनेटली फ्रिक्शन क्रिएट हो सकता है। तो ये जो प्लूरल फ्लूइड है, जो लंग्स के अंदर जो स्पेस है मेनली वहां पर, अब यहां पर अगर हम बात करें फील्ड विथ प्लूरल फ्लूइड, और फ्लूइड जो है ये प्रेजेंट रहेगा इनसाइड द प्लूरल कैविटी, अंदर लंग्स के अंदर स्पेस भी होगा जिसको हम बोलेंगे प्लूरल कैविटी। इट इज कॉल्ड एज प्लूरल कैविटी, उसको हम प्लूरल कैविटी बोलेंगे। तो प्लूरल फ्लूइड है लिक्विड, और ये जिस लिक्विड जिस कैविटी के अंदर स्पेस के अंदर होगा उसको हम यहां पर प्लूरल कैविटी बोलेंगे। और इसका अगर हम फंक्शन देखें, फंक्शन की अगर हम बात करें, तो यहां अगर ये जो प्लूरल फ्लूइड है इसके फंक्शन की अगर हम बात करें, तो इसका फंक्शन जो है इट रिड्यूसेस द फ्रिक्शन ओवर द लंग्स। तो ये जो प्लूरल फ्लूइड है इसका फंक्शन मैं यहां पर लिख रहा हूं, इट रिड्यूसेस द फ्रिक्शन ओवर द लंग्स। ये लंग्स के ऊपर का फ्रिक्शन रिड्यूस करेगा over the lungs. This is the functions of pleural fluid which is present in the pleural cavity. So this is the brief introduction. Brief इसलिए बोल रहा हूं क्योंकि इसमें और कुछ बातें डेफिनेटली बाकी हैं, इसमें कुछ और पार्टीशन वगैरह भी हमको पढ़ना है और कुछ स्टेप्स भी पढ़ना है। फिलहाल आज के लिए इतना मैं काफी समझूंगा। That's it. Thank you so much.